Hi, so welcome back to our series History Optional Demystify. Today we are going to discuss the 8th part of World History Syllabus. As usual in our series we talk about syllabus, trend, PYQ and finally sources. So if we see the syllabus of this part, the world after the World War II. So after World War II there were three major trends. The first one, it was the division of the world into the two blocks, right? The first one became the capitalist bloc under USA while the communist bloc also rose under the USSR. That is the first topic, emergence of two power blocks. Second, it's about the emergence of those people who did not want to get eventually problematic, right? They didn't want to get stuck between these two world powers, otherwise they would have just become the areas of proxy war. So that's why the second phase, it's always about the rise of NAM, countries like India, countries like Indonesia. And finally after 1945 we also see the rise of UN and its role in the solving of global dispute, because it was something, this end of Second World War, we realized that if any more war are going to happen, eventually they will not be normal war. These wars are going to become nuclear war, which will eventually lead to the end of the world, right? So the nuclear arsenal that these countries have right now, they can destroy the earth multiple times. So that gave us an idea, and that's why after 1945 these three themes are going to become very important. So if you see total number of questions, there are around 22. From the first theme 8 questions, second 7 questions, third also 7 questions. Let us see them quickly. So if we see the first topic, it is about Cold War. So Cold War में देखो काफ़ी सारी terms हैं, phases आपको याद करने पड़ेंगे, right? What was the period of thaw? What is detoned? What were the steps taken by the USA, which includes the Marshall Plan, which includes the Truman Doctrine, right? The policy of containment. So all those questions have come here. Let us see one by one. It's like in 2018 they asked outline the circumstances leading to the adoption of Marshall Plan. 16 they asked outline the circumstances leading to detoned. Truman Doctrine and Marshall Plan were considered by Russian bloc as a weapon against Russia in order to restrict her influence. Circumstances leading to Suez Canal crisis, which was also a part of this Cold War rivalry, examine its repercussions. Then after World War II, the strategy of the West towards Soviet bloc crystallized as a policy of containment command. Critically examine the various dimensional phases of Cold War. So phases आपको पता होना चाहिए from 1947 to 1962. Then Stalinist Russia was a despotic regime, critically examine this view. And finally, in the post-Second World War, friends in war could not remain friends in peace, examine the truth of this view in the period of your study. So that is something which we have to understand, right? So Cold War, it's an important topic. Every year you can expect one question. एक ये वाला part आता है, एक second आता है, फिर आपका decline, right? The decline of USSR. तो वहाँ से भी मिला के at least एक question तो आता है. NAM specific, they have asked these kind of questions like describe the launching of NAM, why the small nation wanted to remain aloof from the powerful nations. During the Cold War, some important leaders of NAM wanted to keep the movement away from military blocs. Critically examine the multiple of newly independent countries came to be known as the Third World, belonging neither to the first or of the capitalist democracies nor the communist Second World War. Critically examine. So you can see every year one question came. इस वाले phase में 20, 21, 22. This is an important topic. In fact, आपको modern India में भी ये topic important है with respect to the foreign policy of Jawaharlal Nehru. Again 2019 they asked how the non-alignment came to symbolize the struggle of India and other newly independent nations to retain and strengthen their independence from colonialism and imperialism. Then 2015 the role of NAM is being criticized. Why? Because of the conflict within the organization. Then would you argue that NAM was played a crucial role in promoting a climate of peace? Circumstances leading to emergence of Third World and analyze its impact on world affairs. UNO 2023 itself, UPSC has asked a question from here. UNO was the necessity of the time when the Cold War, when the World War II second ended. Critically examine its achievements and shortcomings. So what do we try to understand from this कि UNO के ऊपर हर साल क्वेश्चन आने की पॉसिबिलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है, ठीक है? तो उसको अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करो along with other organizations like EU, NAM हो गया, NATO हो गया, तो वहाँ से मिला जुला के एक क्वेश्चन निकल ही जाता है. Do you think that UNO has played a significant role in resolving international dispute and ensuring peace in the world? This came in 21. Discuss how far the UN has been successful in resolving global dispute. Again, this came in 2018. UN was created with in the light of experience of League of Nations, but in spite of this, okay, its role in effective maintaining world peace has lacked cohesiveness and collective approach. So उसकी limitations हमने लिखनी है. In 2013, again, in spite of careful framing of the charter, the role has remained मोस्टली लैकलस्टर एंड म्यूटेड. सो यू विल सी लाइक अभी भी वॉर चल रहा है, यूक्रेन का चल रहा है, रशिया का चल रहा है. व्हाट हैज़ बीन द रोल ऑफ यूएन क्या कर पाए, कभी कुछ नहीं कर पाए. इजराइल पैलेस्टीन अगेन कुछ ज़्यादा बड़ा रोल नहीं प्ले कर पा रहे हैं. तो वो हमें पता होना चाहिए. एंड व्हाट इज द स्ट्रेटेजिक रीजन बिहाइंड इट, बिकॉज वेन एवर मेजर पावर दे कम इन टू द पिक्चर इट्स डिफिकल्ट फॉर यूएन टू सॉल्व बिकॉज दे हैव वीटो. Examine the peacekeeping efforts, again the same question, and Security Council is the heart of United Nations comment. So these are the varieties of questions that have come. Sources if we see, रंजन चक्रवर्ती में आपको मिल जाएगा द emergence of two power block, क्वेश्चन चैप्टर नंबर 14-15 में यूएन के बारे में एंड ग्लोबल डिस्प्यूट. बट आई वुड जस्ट आस्क यू कि इस वाले टॉपिक में फोकस आपको करना है नॉर्मल लॉ के, जैसे कि हमने पिछले में भी बात किया था. Here you can see chapter number 6, the Cold War, problems of international relation and the Second World War. तो ये बहुत अच्छे से दिया हुआ है. The emergence of two power blocks, then UN and its organization, तो वो भी बहुत अच्छे से इसमें डिस्क्राइब कर रखा है. तो इस वाले टॉपिक के लिए, कोल्ड वॉर के लिए, इट वुड बी बेटर इफ यू शिफ्ट टुवर्ड्स नॉर्मल लॉ. इसमें बहुत अच्छे से सब कुछ दिया हुआ है. ठीक है, तो इसके लिए आप चाहो तो रंजन चक्रवर्ती को कंप्लीटली स्किप कर सकते हो. इनफैक्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 के बाद अगर आप कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव तरीके से कवर करना चाहते हो पूरे सिलेबस को, आपके लिए बेटर रहेगा इफ़ यू स्विच टुवर्ड्स नॉर्मल लॉ. तो यहाँ से आपको वर्ल्ड वॉर 1, वर्ल्ड वॉर 2, कोल्ड वॉर पूरा अच्छे से कवर. ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर आल्सो गिवन रिलेटिवली वेल. नाम बहुत अच्छे से नहीं दिया हुआ है बट एटलीस्ट लीग ऑफ नेशन, यूएन हो गया, ईयू हो गया, नाटो हो गया, ये सब अच्छे से कवर्ड है आपका नॉर्मल लॉ में. तो इतना आप ठीक से कवर कर लोगे तो आपका अच्छा खासा इस पर मास्टरी हो जाएगा. देन those of you are very completely fresh, if you need support from our side so you can register, so you can just fill this form for the strategic document. description में आपको लिंक मिल जाएगा. keep watching our videos ताकि आपको एक रियलिटी चेक मिलता रहे किस तरीके से पढ़ाई करनी है फॉर हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल. एंड फाइनली इवन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, अगर आप खुद से सेल्फ स्टडी कर रहे हो तो भाई प्रेस्क्राइब्ड बुक्स को पढ़िए. एंड देन इफ़ यू वांट कि बस एक बारी में मेरा वन स्टॉप सॉल्यूशन निकल जाए, आई नीड सम हेल्प ऑल्सो बिकॉज आई एम नॉट फ्रॉम हिस्ट्री बैकग्राउंड, राइट, ऐसा कुछ है तो यू कैन जस्ट बिकम पार्ट ऑफ आवर फाउंडेशन कोर्स. दिस फाउंडेशन कोर्स इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू फ्रॉम बिगिनिंग टिल दी एंड. हर चीज़ इसमें कवर्ड है इंक्लूडिंग आपके स्पेसिफिक नोट्स, PYQs, रिलेटेबल जितने भी चैलेंजेस आपको मिलेंगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टेस्ट सीरीज एक्सेट्रा, सब कुछ इसके अंदर लिंक्ड रहता है. ठीक है, तो अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन करिए एंड ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट.